Hey everyone. So today I was thinking about the dragon and how every dimension has a dragon that you have to overcome, right? In order to reach your full potential. And I can go over all of the different dragons for each dimension. So let's start with the womb. The womb's dragon is recognizing the self. Seeing the self. So again, the baby is from the ages 1 to 4. It's like, who am I? Who am I? But it's also, who am I? Developing the ego. But not the higher ego. Not the higher ego. The lower ego. So this is where you develop the person that you think will exist for the rest of your life, right? I mean, you don't know this, but this is what's happening. So the programming that you receive in the womb from these ages are affecting who you become in the meta, right? So recognizing the self, the lower ego. Once you get to the meta, it's familial / cultural programs. In the meta, we talked about all of the different programs. School, community, the belief systems in your culture. These are all programs. Then we have the matrix, societal. Programs. And this is all of the beliefs that are happening in the collective, right? Which are dualistic by nature. So, once you recognize the self, you develop the lower ego. You bring the lower ego into the meta. And then your family, your community, your culture, your schools, and your religion or your cultural beliefs help develop the lower ego. You bring this developed lower ego into the matrix. And as an adult, you then grow up. Adult is between the ages of 19 until death. In this realm, the destroyer, Hades, the underworld, right? This is the realm of death, right? So you bring this lower ego, thinking that this is reality. This is who I truly am. Believing all of the things that you've been programmed to believe in these dimensions. And then you teach them to the children, and the children don't develop the higher ego. Right? They can't develop this because they're being programmed. This is the cycle. This is the cycle of the matrix. And so, let me clear the field. Once you have battled this dragon, and again, you have to realize that every dimension has a dragon, then you can start evolving into your higher ego. So the dragon in the 4D is dependency programs. Dependency programs, because Atlantis is all about sovereignty. So Atlantis, how do you become sovereign? How do you release dependency programs? A lot of this is about taking the power back from the matrix. So in the matrix, we're being poisoned. We have people trying to control our health. We have people trying to control our narratives. We have a school system that basically creates submissive workers for this system. You know how the matrix works. And part of that is taking the power back, learning that what school had to say was not really true. And this is what the hermit is. So in the matrix, the way out is becoming the hermit, isolating yourself within this container so that you can release dependency on this system. This is where comparative mythology, comparative studies, because in here we always have the blue shift, red shift paradigm, right? They're always at odds with each other, always at odds. So what you do when you look at things comparatively, you realize everything is connected. There are energies. These are two energies. And I'll go over the Mercurian model in the next video. You learn about sovereignty, right? What is the Sevi QV Act? What is natural law? What is UCC law? This is the highest expression of law that governs our reality in the matrix. Admiralty law. You are not a real person in the matrix. You are a corporation. What is the juristic person. The all caps name. So Sithel Safar. If this is on my birth certificate, this is my corporate name, my corporation. And that is the second birth certificate. Everything we do in the matrix is based off of our juristic person name, our corporation. Every country is a corporation. UCC law is uniform commercial code. What is this? When you get pulled over for speeding, you're not actually committing a crime because there's no injured parties, right? You've done no harm to any other being. So what you're doing is receiving an infraction. And when you sign the ticket, you're agreeing to the infraction. This is why if you don't sign the ticket, you actually don't receive the ticket. But because this is the masculine line, the police force has been trained to be very aggressive, especially in the US. They really want you to sign on the dotted line, because that's the way that they create their system, through threat of violence, threat of you're going to go to jail, and all of that. The very patriarchal, violent society. When you uncover all of this. So in the 4D, you have to know a little bit about that. You also have to know about health. Because not only are you dependent on their law structures, you're also dependent on their systems of creating food, housing, what else? Everything. Their money. This is a very important. Money in the 3D, in the Matrix, doesn't actually really exist. What we have in the Matrix is that's currency. These are the US dollar, euro, yen, won. I just went to Thailand, so I know that they have the Thai baht. Rupees. You get the point. These are all currencies. Currencies are not real money. So learn about the central bank, learn about how money is actually working. What really is money? And how do I become independent? Did I spell dependency? Yeah, there's an E here. Oh, yeah. Anyways, learn how to become independent of this currency system. What else is there? The land. So the land that you own, that you think you own, with your house, all of this land. You don't really own it in the Matrix. How do you become a sovereign ruler of land? That's royalty. We can get into all of this later. So what rules, what is the monetary system in the 4D? It's gold, silver, trading, bartering, and this is fiat currency, right? Learning about this is very important to become a sovereign king of Atlantis, a queen of Atlantis. I talked about the gold last time. The gold is the trap. The gold is the trap. In here and in here, you don't really need that much gold. You're fine. This is, again, a transitional dimension, Atlantis. This is where you learn how to become the ruler of the self from the Matrix. And then you start building your boat, remember? To become a pirate, right? So, what do pirates have? Pirates already have their treasure chest. That's a treasure chest. Pirates have their treasure. And the treasure is all of the knowledge that you receive from all of these different dimensions. So what is the dragon that you face in the 5D? And that dragon is division programs. Division programming, because even here, there's division programming. Because like I said in the last videos, there are multiple soul families in Atlantis. These are the families, right? The soul family that you develop in the 4D is an amplified, more developed soul family that you were developing here. And the online, the meta is all online. Online, bringing it into the 3D, and then creating your crew in the 4D. And a lot of this is happening now. Because remember, I said you have to go from the womb to the meta to the matrix. Use the action of the masculine line to reevaluate things. To go back in battle, literally. You have your sword now. You go back and you battle the dragon in the womb, which is facing your lower ego programs. And your inner child trauma. You're healing the lower ego. And all of the programs that developed the lower ego from this programming. So let's clear the field. So like I said, 5D is all about convergence. How do we get the most people we can aligned with the truth? What is the truth? The truth is coming from true sight down to the 9D, over to the mountain. The mountain is creating the never-ending story. So we have the never-ending story of humanity, which is being retold and retold and retold in a bunch of different ways. And there's people who want to keep you ignorant in the realm of the destroyer, the realm of death, to impose control over you through ignorance. And so they create confusion around the never-ending story. So once this division programming is on its way, when it's being enacted, it's not really so much a battle. The battle is between really you and what you can determine as the truth. This is why doing a lot of inner work down here and then in here is essential, because by the time you get to 5D, you're getting to one story. This is the one story. This is the truth. The truth is what you face on the mountain. So, let's see. The dragon that you face in... Let me just clear the field. The dragon that you face in the 6D is integrating the mundane. The mundane. What is the mundane? The boring things. Especially after being a pirate, remember? In Samadhi, you're sailing around. This is about stopping, creating structure, and teaching to the matrix. Here, you're not so much teaching the matrix. Here, you're more interacting with them. Yes, you're teaching them the basic things, but the 6D is more of the guru, the angel, right? This is guru-esque as well, but this is kind of boring, actually. Like, if you look at gurus that are on the scene now, players that are gurus, they're bored. Like, Sadhguru is bored talking to these people, right? And these people who the gurus are talking to are all in here. They're starting to wake up. They're following the advice of the guru, the teachings of the guru. Here, you're becoming your own guru. Becoming your own guru. You don't need a guru? Because you have guides who are equal to you here. Because this is the realm of the observer. Everybody is a guru. The gurus that teach here are just blessed with the gift of teaching. Or the curse, depending on how you see it. Some people don't actually like teaching because think about it, it's so much work to teach. Higher concepts coming down from here, universal archetypes that permeate all of reality, using stories from the past to make things make sense to people down here. But I feel like as we enter the age of Aquarius, these stories that we have about our history, about our creation, about like science, all of this is merging into truth, right? The truth is happening. The truth is coming, especially as we exit the Kali Yuga. So integrating the mundane, like I said, like these gurus are literally bored. I wish I could find the clip of Sadhguru saying, like, this is so boring. And Osho, they're like, think of Osho's whole personality, like he's just done, dude. But they're the old paradigm of angels. So these gurus are the old paradigm, and they know this. They know this because the collective used to be trapped in here, really. They used to be trapped in here. They need guidance for everything. Now that we have the internet, now that we have, again, the meta is all, it rules the online, right? So remember in, I think the first video, I said you have to go back and you have to create 2D plus. You have to create 2D plus. So you go here, here to 2D plus. 2D plus is also utilizing the Aquarian tools at our disposal to help us research, to help us gain awareness, because the internet has all of the truth. All of the tools that we can use to access the truth can be found on the internet. We know this. This is 100% why the internet was invented in the first place, is for this age to become enlightened through all of the different perspectives. Remember, this is awareness. The matrix is awareness. It's what you are aware of that is defining your reality. The internet gives us awareness into everything. We can literally look at anything up. This is why the internet is so important as we ascend from 3D to 4D. Because it can teach you everything about money, about natural law. It can teach you the esoteric concepts. It can teach you anything you need to know. So, integrating the mundane. How do you take what you know after all of this, and how do you teach it in its most simple form? Right? So now let's look at the 70. Shit, that didn't erase. Anyways, the 70, what do we have? This is your role as an existential creator, coming to grips with that. Coming to grips with authority. You're the author. Thor. Golden. You know what Thor is? The fire, the lightning. The lightning comes down, right? And actually, the realm of the generator is Zeus. Zeus rules this realm. We can get into Zeus later. Zeus is the creator, right? Archetype. So your role as an existential creator, your role as an author, that is one of the biggest roles. Because you're writing the story for the angels. For the messengers, right? I said the angels are messengers in the 60. These are all messengers. So you're writing the book. And then relaying it back down to here. But then what happens in here is they rewrite the book. They hijack the authority, right? And with this hijacked authority, these 4D people can rule this entire realm because they are the link. They're the link. And it's only until a messenger or a messiah or a teacher or a guru comes down in the form of a 60 who can actually affect the 3D and integrate the truth once again, the unadulterated truth. This is why Jesus came down and he said, "My Father is not your Father." Like the divine Father is not Zeus, basically. And we can get into Gnosticism a little bit later. So, the role as existential creator. And what is the role of the dragon? Or what is the dragon of the 8D? What is the final dragon? Feeling worthiness and courage to face ultimate truths. The feeling of worthiness, because you have to feel worthy, remember? And the courage, right? Like in the last video I showed you Aquaman pulling the trident, only the pure of heart. So you have to know that you're worthy, because if you don't think you're worthy, you won't be worthy. You have to have the conviction to know you are worthy, and then also the courage to actually fight this dragon, tame this dragon. And what are the ultimate truths? What are the ultimate truths? The celestial sphere. What does that mean? that's something you can find out eventually. A lot of people are not familiar with the 9D, actually. They are in an intuitive way, just because this is really where I would say the Akashic records stem from. I would say the Akashic records are here, coming through the Omega. The Omega is receiving everything. I'll get into that later. But the 9D, let's get into the 9D. This is understanding truly, and also accepting universal laws. The key is understanding how do the laws actually work. So these are the celestial universal laws. The celestial universal laws govern the realm of the generator, natural / Atlantean law, governs the realm of the observer, and then the fake Admiralty law governs the realm of the destroyer, the fake system, literally the matrix laws, like shit that doesn't matter, like you're speeding, you can't grow a garden in your front yard because it's going against the system. You can't grow a fruit tree in public county land. Like it's all of the very, very, very dumb things that you can't do, which doesn't pertain to here. So in the realm of the observer, you know what natural law is. This is a trip. If you haven't looked into natural law, you have to look into natural law. Like really look into natural law. Look into everything that I was saying over here about the UCC law, the Sevi-Cubi Act. Basically, I'll give you a rundown of what natural law is. Natural law can be broken down into a very simple concept. Anything you do that harms another person equals theft. It's really this simple. If you steal something from somebody, if you destroy property, you're stealing the safety of others, the feeling of safety of others. If you're destroying, let's say, a garden, you're destroying the nourishment of that person. If you, you know what I mean. Everything is an act of theft. So once you learn how to govern yourself, once people learn how to govern themselves, do no harm, commit no acts of theft, then we can evolve into an Atlantean frequency as the collective. Right now we're migrating. We're literally all shifting. We're all shifting into the 40 frequency. Okay. So now let's get into the omega. The omega, the dragon is fully embracing darkness. And I'm sorry I couldn't really explain natural law too well. It just, I know that everything is an act of theft. And there's really good videos you can watch about that. And so, fully embracing the darkness, what does this mean? Not only embracing the darkness, but going into the darkness. That is the dragon, the omega dragon. It's going into the darkness, going into the depths, going into what is truly, truly unknown. Over here in the Matrix, over here is the unknown. Ooh. But imagine, can you imagine? Like when you were 20, 21, maybe 25, you just start becoming existential, right? You're like, what is, maybe it took you until you're 30, I don't know. You're like, what is outside of here? And you're like, the unknown. What? And then you start putting together some dots, right? Imagine what the unknown is here in the 10D. Like, I can't even fully comprehend what this would be, actually. Because, once again, this, not so many people are even aware of. This unknown, people don't know. People know about the mountain. People know about the mountain. I would say this is what a majority of people have a good grasp on. So true sight. Oh. True sight. What dragon? You are the dragon. You are the dragon. You become the dragon. You're everything. You see it all. It's true sight. You're like full darkness, fully embracing the darkness. Guess what's over here? Fully embracing the light. Fully embracing the light. Stepping into the creator. The creator. The mother, the father, becoming the dragon. So, this is a general, explanation of what we can face, what we're facing in all of these different realms, all of these different dimensions. And if you have any other things you want me to bring up or talk about that I didn't fully explain in this video, because really I just went into this video with the intentions of sharing what the dragons of each dimension were, and I ended up talking about natural law, like corporations. Remember how I said you're a corporation? Corp is dead. The word corporation means you're dead. So this is where the living dead live. This is where the zombies live. This is the true living dead. Because they're corpses, they're corporations. Look on your driver's license, look on your birth certificate, which you actually have 2 birth certificates. And the real one, you don't have access to. You only have access to the corporation one, which is, again, all cap all cap name. So yeah, I guess I'm just bringing this back into the awareness because this is a thing that we have to be a little bit aware of as we enter Atlantis. So if you can look into all of that, good. All right. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.